listening to Proof Text, a Glossa House podcast by Dr. T. Michael W. Halcomb, Dr. Frederick J. Long, Dr. Mario Melendez, Dr. Jennifer Noonan, and J. M. Smith. Welcome and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Proof Text. I am Michael Halcomb, and in this episode we are building our Greek vocabulary. This is a Growcabulary episode, and we're thinking about Greek roots, in particular the Greek root than, theta, alpha, nu. Than. This has to do with death. Theta, alpha, nu. Than. And if you're watching, I'm going to pull up here on the screen stepbible.org, which I often use, and you're going to be able to see as we do a search. So let me go ahead and pull that up. If you're just listening, that's okay too. But here we go. We got Step Bible coming open. I've got my keyboard set to Greek, and I'm going to do a search on than. So theta, alpha, nu. And you can see here that we get thanatos, the noun death, that pops up. We get thanatoo, the verb to kill, of course, to put to death. We get thanatephoros, which means deadly, and then we get thanasimos, which also means deadly. So all those than roots have to do with death. And if we click them, we can see here in Matthew 4:16, thanatu. And in Matthew 10:21, thanaton. So is thanaton, into death. And if we go down, we can see the dative form there, thanato. So far, in Matthew, we've gotten the genitive, accusative, and dative forms of than there, thanatos. We can keep going. There's a bunch. I mean, we're essentially looking at all those same forms, genitive, dative. Let's go back. Let's look at, type this back in and look at a verb appearance of this. We'll go to thanatoo. And you can see here in Matthew 10:21, we get thanatososin. Thanatososin, essentially something like they killed or they put to death, right? You can see that there. We can keep going. We see it in Mark, same exact form. In Mark 13:12 and Mark 14:55, we get thanatose. I think there we're looking at the articular infinitive, the aorist articular infinitive. Yeah, so this all has to do with death. Now, if you want a sort of mnemonic device to help remember than, you can think of perhaps our English word youth or euthanasia. We would say euthanasia. And that ironically means something like, because ev in Greek, or you in Erasmian is what it's pronounced, means good. So it's like a good death. Euthanasia is not really a good death at all. But there's our than root in Greek. And sometimes you'll maybe see thana rather than than. So you'll see that nu and that alpha inverted. It's kind of an interesting phenomenon going on there. Sometimes you may also see thene with theta nu eta or theta nu alpha. So it's kind of interesting. Got to pay close attention when you're thinking about than. You can also see thne and thna. But there you go. That is our root than, and has to do with death. And I am Michael Halcomb, and I hope that helps.
Interested in growing your ancient language skills but not sure where to start? Glossa House can help. From illustrated readers and short stories to lexicons and grammars, Glossa House offers a variety of resources for beginning, intermediate, and experienced ancient language learners. Head to glossahouse.com today. Glossa House, language resources for the global community.